you're on the phone and like you hear the echo of your own voice.
Yeah, it makes my brain.
Yeah,
while the other person is
unsettling.
talking.
It's awful.
I don't know about you, but I'm like, I have to hang up immediately.
Yes.
I'm like completely overwhelmed by it, and it makes me instantly angry.
Okay,
Yeah, I don't think so. Not
but
for
that
me.
could just be me.
I think we're getting
There we go.
there.
And there we go.
What's going on?
I don't know.
Here it is.
God.
It's horrible.
Oh God.
How do I
hear
turn it off?
It's happening. Oh God, it's happening. Oh God, that echo.
Oh, it's worse than it's ever been.
Turn it off.
How do I turn it off?
Mute it. Immediately mute it. It's horrible.
I love the people that are going to watch this on the YouTube live. Every week, it's like we both have an aneurysm inside of the computer.
Terrifying.
Okay.
Goodbye. Good.
We got through it. All right, Kels, are you ready?
Oh my God, I've never been more ready.
Do you have your dongle dingle?
I have my dingle in my dongle. Thank you for checking.
All right, here we go.
Right.
Welcome to Fuck You, I'm Smarter, the comedy game show where we compete with a guest to be crowned the smartest person in the room. Zoom, YouTube Live.
Soon to be on Twitch.
Yeah, maybe.
Soon.
We'll see how long that takes.
Soon meaning maybe.
Well,
And maybe never.
I mean, it probably, look,
What?
never
What?
say never.
No, I didn't. I did.
But we'll see what happens.
We're going to watch and we're going to see and we're going to wait patiently.
Kelly, I haven't seen you in like a week.
I know. You went to the Madonna Inn without me.
I saw you after I did that.
Oh, really? What did we do? Oh, we
we
went to a Halloween
recorded
party.
an episode.
Oh, we
and then went
recorded
to a
it.
Halloween party. That can we tell the listeners that it turned into a sex party?
Sure. I mean, we weren't involved in it.
I feel so old that that's still so exciting to me.
I mean, it's a bunch of gay men, you know, living their lives. I mean, that was the end of the party. That's all that was. It was them and me and Lindsay.
Yeah.
And we're just like, all right, well, should we go so you guys can fuck? Or, I mean, because I'm having fun just hanging out on the bed with you, but I felt like it was time for us to go.
It was time to go, but
Yeah.
also there's a part of me that
Wanted to
wished
join?
we had stayed. No,
Just
I didn't
wanted to
want
watch.
to touch or do anything. I just wanted to see what happened.
I'm sure some of them would have been okay with that.
It was really interesting because it was such a tame party for so long.
Yeah.
Because I got there at 8:30. You didn't get there till like 11.
Yeah, I knew what I was doing.
It was so chill for so long, and then it just turned, and it was like,
Yeah.
oh my God, we're like doing something magical right now.
Yeah. Well, you weren't.
Well, it was very
But you were
exciting.
witness to it, and that's exciting too, just to be part of the magic.
Well, it's spooky season, and there was nothing spooky about that party. It was sexy, if anything. I'm really excited about this next guest because they are a friend of the show, Miranda Parham.
Right.
Who,
Miranda Parham was our guest. She met Miranda Kathleen.
Yes, I think we said Miranda Kathleen.
She was very early on.
She
like
was
last
maybe
year.
first 10 episodes.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. And Miranda introduced us to our next guest.
Yes.
Should we just get into it?
Let's get into it. Let's go.
All right.
Let's do it.
You
Here
may
we are.
have seen them on Netflix.
Yes.
Disney Plus.
Yes.
Which I need to get a subscription for now that we're having this guest. They're a comedian and actor, Ever Maynard. How are you?
Good. How are you? How are y'all doing?
We're doing well. Thank you for asking.
We are good. We're so
Well-
excited to have you.
I'm excited to be here. It's dope. It's like a nice Thursday afternoon.
Just a sensible Thursday afternoon. Just
Yeah.
a little game show.
Why not?
So how do you know Miranda? Have you guys worked together?
Yeah, we work together.
Professionally.
And then also just like through comedy, and we actually
Yeah.
have a lot of mutual friends through Groundlings that we found out. So that was
Oh,
Okay.
nice. Yeah, we were all
Nice.
fun.
So tell us about the stuff that you're doing. You're like
Killing it.
you're a famous actor. You're
Well, I don't know
fucking killing
about
it.
that.
Well, it's more famous than us.
Oh,
I don't know. Your
thanks.
star meter rating is woo on IMDb. Like,
I mean, I did Google search one time how much I was worth, and it said like 14 million, and I was like, okay.
you're like, where is that?
Who
Where,
is making this? Yeah,
when do I get to
where are
see
those-
that? Yeah,
Where are those residuals? You know,
That's
like,
right. That's
Every
interesting.
person that has ever said something about what they're worth on Google has
Right.
always said it is like
It's
way
astronomical.
beyond what
Yeah.
they're worth.
it's hysterical.
Who's making
Yeah.
up these numbers?
I don't know. A bad accountant.
They have a really weird like mathematician that's our level of math in there in the
Well,
Google.
we're sorry we're not paying you to do this.
Yeah.
Where are you from?
I'm from Little River, Texas, originally, which is an hour outside of Austin. So rural area farming community.
All right. What was that like growing up in Texas?
I mean, I grew up in a school where we had 200 students total.
Wow.
So yeah, it was quite. I also realized I should have gotten my ring light. I've got like a really weird moody light situation going on.
You can go grab one if you want to. It's up to you.
I think the shadows add like depth and mystery, and I think that
like a little Phantom of the Opera moment.
Yeah, it's not that bad. Don't worry.
Yeah, okay,
you look fabulous.
Thanks. But I was with like the goth kids, and there were like 50 people in our class, and everybody else was wearing like Hollister, Abercrombie and Fitch, and this was like in the early aughts, the early 2000s. I mean, a lot of guns in a way where it's like, oh yeah, that's a gun. Like people brought guns to school in their trucks because of hunting season.
Oh my God.
Wow. Yes, and so, but they couldn't bring them inside? Or did they?
They would just be in like trucks behind the seat.
Wow.
And which is still
insane.
Okay. Yeah. It's a lot. Yeah. It's just a lot.
It's a lot to know that there's a gun on the premise, but we all knew it was like, oh, it's dove hunting season. So of course, before school, it's like farming. It's like my favorite subjects were like ag and athletics.
Ag meaning for the layman out there.
Oh yeah, like
got it. Okay, yeah, I'm sorry.
Agriculture and like welding and 4-H and like Future Farmers of America was an FFA.
Oh my God,
that's so cool.
That, but I don't know if anyone was in that where we lived.
It was just an empty classroom.
Yeah, I haven't thought about that in years. We're from Florida, and I'm sure there were a lot of guns, but it wasn't like that. Like,
it wasn't quite as rural
because we didn't have people didn't hunt.
Right, there was nowhere. I mean,
they just
I'm sure some people hunted alligators, but
who knows?
Yeah, I mean, we shot guns. My uncle bought a Dirty Harry replica gun because he thought it was cool. And it was a huge gun, and when you shot it, your hand went up, which is dangerous because you could pull the trigger as it goes up. But you shot at hay bales or cans or bombs.
Yeah.
Wow.
So
I've only shot a gun twice in my life at a shooting range.
I've never. Is that crazy?
No, it's not crazy.
A gun. I want to. I think it's good. Like
it's
I think it'll be. I get excited thinking about like going to a shooting range and like seeing what that feels like. I think I'd be really nervous.
Yeah.
But I've never actually done it.
Yeah.
I find it exhilarating.
Yeah. I think it's fun. It's empowering. It feels empowering.
So you were a goth kid, which Kelly, you were a bit of a goth kid.
I was like a mix of like goth, hippie, raver. I was like kind of a mix of all things, but I had a pretty deep goth phase. I mean, you look at pictures of me dressed up to go out when I was in high school, I'm like, I look like a goth kid.
Yeah.
I was like Hot Topic clearance goth kid. Like we would go to we would go to Austin right before school started and get our little Hot Topic gear.
Yeah, I love that.
Hot Topic.
Hot Topic at one point was like really edgy and cool, but I don't know if you've been there lately. But
Oh, I haven't. Cool? Does it still exist?
It felt
like
cool.
Pikachu. It's like a Pikachu.
Yes.
Moment. A lot of Pokemon.
You can go to Hot Topic now and you can get like Batman socks and like there's all sorts of socks and buttons and stuff, but it's not as like edgy as it was when we were younger.
I used to buy my Manic Panic hair dye there.
Oh.
Yeah. And you would go and you get your little Rammstein, Marilyn Manson.
Right. Yes. Exactly. All your accoutrement.
Yeah. Your little spike bracelets.
Yeah.
I think I sent you guys a photo of like just pure goth Hot Topic.
Oh my God.
We'll
definitely be posting that. Okay. Oh, hell yeah.
Oh, yeah.
But look at your precious school picture.
And there's a giant snake. Yeah, we would have been friends.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
We would have totally been friends.
Yep.
Oh,
If
these
you-
pictures are great. I can't wait
But
for
Really
listeners
nice.
to see this.
So,
Oh, go ahead.
oh, go ahead. No, go ahead.
I was also the co-president of the Fellowship of Christian Athletes, so just a lot of
You were
You
all
had
over the
a,
map.
you really had a lot going on.
mixed
So you were
messages.
a good mixed messages. Were you a good student, or good in quotes? I mean, did you like?
In the subjects
test
that I
well?
cared about. Yeah.
Yeah,
I was
yeah.
in like honors English and biology, and I liked those subjects, so I tried hard. And
Right.
the other ones could get fucked, like
Totally,
as far as
and they
how-
did.
And
Yeah,
you know what? Has
hard
that-
behind the bleachers. Like,
Yeah. Have I taken that throughout my life? Yes. And has it helped me? No. Try harder.
Absolutely.
My favorite thing about Ever's email back to us
Mhm.
was that you were the mascot.
Yes.
Yeah.
And you were a bumblebee? Is that, or is
Yeah.
that honeybee?
We were the fighting bumblebees.
Wow.
So we're near.
Tough.
Tough. We were near Waco. So we're in between Waco and Austin, and near Waco is Baylor University. So when Academy, I guess, incorporated or became a town and they had a high school, I can't believe I'm remembering this history. It was just like ingrained at us.
Yes.
Right.
Baylor donated all the football gear, and it was B. And they were like, oh, well, we'll be the fighting bumblebees.
Because what starts
And-
with a B?
Right,
Yeah.
a bumblebee. But I
Right.
had like 4 arms that would move, and then a huge stinger, and grown men thought it was like funny to take the stinger and like hump it.
Of
And-
course.
And it's like there's
Classic.
a young child
Child.
in here.
Yeah.
Like-
Classic trash. Yeah.
Just literally trash. And it was Baxter the bee.
It could
Yeah.
have been a bear. Like, isn't that a tougher animal? I mean, I guess that bees do sting. So I mean,
They
yeah.
couldn't
Listen.
get the suit, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah, they couldn't get
Yeah.
rights.
They could-
to
yeah,
it.
they
The
didn't get
Bear
rights to the suit.
Association of
Yeah.
America.
How
Yeah.
were you crowned the bumblebee? Like, how did that
Yeah,
go down?
how did you become the mascot? Did you have to audition? Like, show us your best flight.
I got it. Even though I was like a little freaky deaky goth kid, I was still like the little mayor of the school.
Mhm.
Cute.
So I was nominated. I was still like
Wow.
popular. So
Yeah.
I was nominated. And that's actually what I lettered in. I got my Letterman jacket for being the mascot.
Ah.
I wanted to figure out how to do it professionally. And then when I lived in Chicago for like Second City and stuff, some of my friends were friends with the Chicago Bulls mascot, and they're like, it's not what you want. And I was like, okay.
No, ever. I
like-
worked for the NHL, and we would have a mascot. We would have like an all-stars game, so all the mascots would come for
Right.
the all-stars game. So you would meet all the hockey teams' mascots. Like for like a week, they'd be like hanging around. You didn't want to be a part of that crowd.
I don't think so. Yeah.
I just imagined the Chicago Bull mascot in his mascot like costume
Cool.
outfit.
Yeah,
like
costume.
whatever
What
it's
the fuck
called.
is this?
Yeah.
Yeah.
In like the corner of a bar smoking a cigarette, like BoJack Horseman, just like it's
Yeah.
terrible. You don't want
You don't wanna
this.
do
You're
it.
good.
It
It's
just
not good.
seems kind of skeezy,
Yeah.
like an open mic comic hitting on chicks at a bar. That's the
Yeah.
vibe. of
Yeah,
that.
for sure.
Yeah.
Like
yeah.
a North Hollywood open mic too. You
Yeah.
know, just like
Yeah.
Deep Valley. This
Yeah.
guy's not going anywhere in his life, but he thinks he is with like a fedora, and he's like hitting
Yeah.
a 2-year-old.
This is actually a great
Very
premise
specific.
for a show, though, that you
It
should
It
write.
is.
Yeah.
Ooh, has there been a show about a like
Mascots?
has been mascot?
I don't know.
I don't know. There is now.
Write it down.
I know,
Oh
like-
my god, amazing! Like writing down Ever
Ideas.
will star as Bumblebee in new Netflix special.
Okay, well, I mean, I have a game that
Ooh,
just ricochets right off of this.
I think we should go
right.
for it.
Okay.
then.
Great.
All right. Are we ready to play?
I'm ready,
Ready.
to play.
All right.
Yes.
Okay, so we're going to play a game all about mascots.
Cool.
Now, Lindsay hates when I don't name my games, but for the life of me, I could not think of anything clever. So this is called Mascot Quiz.
Cool. 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 Cool.
Cool.
Cool.
You let me know. Lindsay will probably think of something genius and punny and silly and
Mine
dad
are
joke.
never
No, they're
good.
dad jokes.
Yeah,
Yeah,
mine are
yeah.
dad jokes.
Mascot quiz. All right. Let's start with our guest, Ever. Ever, a mascot, we're going deep into the history here, okay? A mascot is an object or being, animal, character, animated object, that represents a group, entity, or company. First used by French poet Frédéric Mistral in the 19th century, the word mascot is derived from the Provençal word mascoto, which originally meant what? I'll give you an A, B, and C. Does it mean A, clown, B, fate, or C, nightmarish, large, and enthusiastic animal-human hybrid?
Probably C, right? But I bet it's A. Is it C?
No, it's actually B.
What is it?
Fate.
What is-
Fate?
Fate. Yes, originally the word mascoto means fate, and then it came to mean talisman or charm, so like a good luck charm.
Oh, that makes sense.
Oh,
I
that
see.
does
That makes
make
It wards
sense.
off ill fate and brings protection and success.
I see what they did there.
You see what they
I see
did?
what they did. I don't agree with it, but I see.
I don't.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
too deep.
It's
you know
a
what
little.
I mean?
I
It's a
went
little
deep.
too
I went
deep.
deep. Yeah, it's
Okay.
too deep for you, Lens. You would like to keep it.
I like
Keep
to
it like
simple.
keep it below 100 as far as IQ level.
Yes,
right?
please.
Yeah. Okay.
Yep.
All right. Lindsay, number 2.
Yes.
According to semiologist Jean-Claude Boulay, a mascot
even knows
can.
what semiologist means. Okay.
No,
Yeah. These are
definitely not.
unfair.
Funny you should ask that. A mascot can convey affection through personification and inspire trust by creating a connection and a bond. Lindsay, what is semiology? Also known as semiotics.
Okay, I'm thinking of like symbiotic relationships or like.
Would you like an A, B, and C?
Yes.
A, the study of signs and symbols. B, the study of the origin of humans. Or C, the study of nightmarish, large, and enthusiastic
Stop it.
animal-human.
Stop it with that. Okay, so relationships or symbols?
Origin of humans, signs and symbols.
I'm gonna go relationships.
No, I never said the word relationships.
What was it?
Origin of humans.
That's what I meant.
Yeah.
Was that
Did you
it?
say whore? Did
No.
you call me a whore?
I didn't say
What?
whore.
Oh, okay.
Is that what it was?
It's the sign. It's signs and symbols.
Oh, I thought you were trying to throw me off.
Okay.
Wow. Didn't get that one, did I ever?
Did
I ever?
It's okay. I actually, one of our guests, not that long ago on the show, said that they wanted to study semiotics. And I remember going, what the fuck is that? But I didn't want to sound stupid, so I don't think I asked. And
Who
then
was it?
I don't remember.
Wow.
And then I looked it up and I was like, oh, that makes sense.
I used to date somebody that was getting their PhD and they would use all these big words and I'd be like, yeah, right. And I would parrot it back to them. And then later that night, I would just look up the words in the bathroom.
That's what you gotta do.
You gotta do it.
Oops.
Right.
Hey, I don't actually agree with that. You know, like
I can't. What did I just agree to? Yeah.
Whoops.
Oh, actually, this person is terrible and
No,
racist,
I
and I don't even know you.
No, it wasn't anything.
No, I'm kidding.
Hilarious.
No.
I jest. Okay, Ever, number 3.
Great.
Okay, brand mascots. Of these brand mascots, who is the oldest? I'm gonna give you an A,
Your
B,
mom.
and C.
Whoa! We just met. Chill out.
Yes, she represents human origins.
Yeah.
Is it A, Mr. Peanut, B, the Monopoly Man, or C, the Michelin Man? Who is the oldest? Who came out first?
I'm trying to think. So I do believe the French.
I like where you're going.
The French did some really bad things in Vietnam to the rubber trees. So I'm like, okay, they have figured this out. I wouldn't say figured it out. I'm trying to think like, okay, Mr. Peanut. When would they have started selling peanuts as a commodity? I'm gonna go
Right.
Smart.
I'm going to say Michelin Man.
Ding, 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 ding. That is
Yeah.
correct, Ever.
Whoa,
The Michelin
genius.
Man. Being presented to the world in 1894
World's
at
Fair?
the Lyon exhibit by the Michelin brothers.
Wow.
The idea behind this plump brand mascot design was to represent a person made of tires. Yep, 1894.
Wow.
Yep, and that was French. I assume Lyon exhibit,
Mhm.
Michelin brothers sounds French to me.
Well,
I have a
Ever got one right, so the game
Good.
has officially started.
perfect. I have an extra credit question for both of you. Either one of you can answer. You both can answer. Who is the oldest brand mascot still alive, still kicking, still representing their brand? Who is the oldest
Ooh.
brand mascot?
Still
So
alive.
even a few years, almost 20 years older than the Michelin Man.
Wow.
I feel like it would be an English brand or a French.
Oatmeal,
Ooh.
like the oatmeal guy.
Yes.
Is that right?
Yes, Quaker
Whoa,
Oatmeal.
Wow, that's
Wow.
awesome.
1877 he dates back to.
Oh my gosh.
Oh,
Wow.
good job, Len.
Great job.
You're good. You sweating?
Thank you, guys.
okay?
Yeah,
That's great.
Okay, here's
That was awesome.
actually I have one more
Thank you.
extra credit
Okay,
for both of
okay.
you. So Ever, you have a chance to get an extra credit here. Which brand mascot officially died in 2020 as a marketing ploy devised to
The
drum up
Redskins.
attention? That is, I'll give you a point for that.
Oh,
I'll give you a
damn.
point for that.
Okay.
But no. But listen to I'm going to give you a point for that because
Okay,
that
okay.
is true. So this brand mascot, so not a team mascot.
Oh, brand. It's a key word.
Yeah, that's okay. Yep. But you still get a point because that's important to know. This brand mascot officially died in 2020 as a marketing ploy devised to drum up attention for an advertising campaign tied to the Super Bowl in 2020. So they the brand tweeted out that their mascot had died.
Wow.
And now it's being what did they say? They said that now it now goes by the estate of brand mascot. Like he actually was a person who died.
Ooh. I don't
Well,
know.
it's not Tony the Tiger.
Mm-mm.
Is it? Can I get a hint? Is it a cereal brand? Is it a food?
It's
brand?
not. It's not a cereal brand, but it is food.
Is it the Hamburglar?
No, he didn't die, as far as we know.
It's not a cereal brand, but it is food, and it's the estate of.
Now it is the estate.
The Pringles man?
No, good guess.
Ooh,
Good guess.
gosh, what other brand foods are there?
Super Bowl. The Super Bowl.
It's
The
something to do
Super
with a raisin.
No, getting closer.
Hmm.
Hmm.
Do you have a hint for us?
Let's see if I can find a fun hint.
Closer to a
He's
raisin, you
104 years old.
Not a prune.
Not a prune. Not a fruit.
Degree giant.
No.
I feel like it is Mr.
technically
Peanut.
another legume, I think.
Mr. Peanut?
Yes, it's Mr. Peanut.
I
He
remember
died.
like
he died. Yeah. The estate of Mr. Peanut. You don't get a point for that. I'm sorry, because it took too many guesses.
I understand.
But it was fun getting there. Okay.
I don't
So,
like
yeah.
that. Why did he die?
It was just a marketing ploy.
Too many people died in 2020. We didn't need.
I know,
a
that's
brand
actually
to be
kind of
like,
fucked up.
Yeah.
Although,
And also, is
Yeah.
it because he's old and Hollywood only likes young
yeah,
people?
it's very ageist. Yeah,
It
that's
feels
pretty
ageist.
fucked up.
It
It
really
does.
does.
It does. Yeah. It's not okay. I'm upset now. Now I'm
It's
mad.
just
Yeah.
weird and rude.
It's like we
All
don't
right.
need to be reminded of.
Yeah,
It's
let's
like-
kind of like
You're right. Enough real people died. Like why
We're
we
looking
can't like
right.
yeah. Stop minimizing death.
they should have reborn him.
Yeah.
You know?
Christian. He's
Rebirth?
Christian now.
Yeah, I want to see him find Jesus again.
Yeah,
what I
that's
wanna
the movie
see.
I want to watch.
Mr. Peanut.
The Journey of
finds
Mr.
the pest
Peanut.
again.
The passion of the nut.
The passion of the
Love it.
nut. And there
Love
it
it.
is.
There it
And there it is.
All right, let's do a couple more. Whose turn would it possibly be at this point? Lindsay,
Well,
perhaps?
I think it's my turn.
I think it is your turn, yes, because you're the even numbers. Okay, Lindsay,
Hmm.
born in
In the
1983. Yeah, born in 1983. We meet Captain Morgan. Captain Morgan
Oh, he comes
comes around.
Uh-huh.
He was inspired by a real person. Okay,
okay.
which one of these statements is not true about the real Captain Morgan?
Okay.
Not
okay,
true.
Okay.
A, he was a 17th century Welsh privateer and admiral in the Royal Navy, the British Royal Navy, whose main job was to raid Spanish settlements in the Caribbean.
Okay.
B, he owned 131 enslaved Africans on his 3 plantations in Jamaica, and upon his death, he freed them all. Or C, in a 3-year period, he was arrested by King Charles II, then knighted, and then became governor of Jamaica.
I know this one. You're asking about which one's the fake one?
Not true. Which one's not
Yeah.
true?
Can you tell me what A is again?
A is, he was a 17th century Welsh privateer and admiral of the British Royal Navy, whose main job was to raid Spanish settlements in the Caribbean.
Can I say B?
That is correct.
Yes.
And
I mean,
you're-
I'm not condoning what he did, but I'm glad I got a point.
yeah, of course. Well, you're correct because he in no way, shape, or form freed anyone.
There's a really
Yeah,
great
Yeah.
documentary about pirates and like how fucked up the British were. They had
Yeah.
hired pirates to do this.
He was one of them.
Yeah, he was
Basically,
piece
yeah.
of shit.
Yeah, total
I
piece
mean,
of shit.
wow.
Disgusting.
They
Yeah.
all
Wait,
are,
so
but-
what's the documentary? Yeah, I mean.
I think it's on Netflix, but it's a documentary on pirates, and they talk. And
Oh,
was
I
like,
wanna
this will
see
be
that.
fun. And then you find out, like,
it's very
this-
dark. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't like this. You know, and then like
Wow.
they were like raiding. There's also obviously like slavery is
Yeah.
also a large part of it, and then we find out the British just like it's nuts. I just recommend
Yeah.
it. It will make you sad and angry.
Yeah. But what doesn't?
Why
What
not?
doesn't? Yeah. Yeah. Why not? No, it's interesting stuff though. I think it's good. It's good to know.
Well, it's
about.
good to know that.
Yeah.
I mean, I had no idea that was a thing.
Yeah, we think we dress up as pirates for Halloween. We're like, they're great. Like, no, they were they enslaved people, they raided people, they raped people, they did all kinds of terrible things.
And it was an inside job. You know?
Yep. Just like 9/11. Just kidding.
Crazy.
Just kidding. Not a conspiracy theorist podcast. Just kidding. Just kidding.
I think
I did see an InfoWars sticker today. On the 134, I was like, oh.
Wow.
Ah.
There's a lot. Well, just
Wow.
wait till my next game.
Okay.
Okay, 2 more quickies. Ever.
Mhm.
University of Hawaii at Manoa's football team is now known simply as the Warriors. They changed it in 2000 from what? A, the Rainbow Warriors, B, the Savage Warriors, or C, the Native Warriors?
I bet it was
University
Savage.
of Hawaii.
Hmm.
No, actually,
Oh.
it was the Rainbow Warriors.
I felt like
Why'd
it
they
seemed like
change
some
it?
white person.
Because
would
they're
just be like,
homophobic. They
Oh.
literally changed it because the kids were like, rainbow is like for gay people, so like that, I don't know if I want, I don't know. That's
Wow.
But so anyway, yeah, some of the student athletes had feelings in regards to the name. So in response to these homophobic feelings, the school revamped its logo into a rainbow-less block letter H and let each team select its own mascot. So as a result, the football team is now just the Warriors. The basketball team, though, stuck with Rainbow Warriors. And the even more progressive baseball team is just called the Rainbows. So
Cute.
it has so
I
it's
like
kind of
that.
cute. Yeah.
Yeah, that's cute.
Also, that you said that was in Hawaii.
Yeah.
Double rainbow is the
Oh.
mascot
That's
of
true.
Hawaii. Do you
But
know
what
I
does it mean?
What does it mean?
Yeah. Do you remember that ever? Do you remember that video?
Double
the
rainbow guy when he was like
yeah.
super high. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Classic.
great. Yeah.
So
NFT
beautiful.
it.
Okay, Lindsay, last
Yes.
question. Dartmouth College. This Ivy League school abandoned its unofficial Indian mascot in the 70s in favor of going by the longtime nickname the Big Green. Students missed having a real mascot, though. So in 2003, members of the humor magazine Dartmouth Jack-O-Lantern created a new one. What was it? A jack-o'-lantern. B, a giant green bean, which I think ever guessed for something else. Mm-hmm.
Giant.
Or C, an anthropomorphic beer keg.
I want it to be that green bean real bad.
Is that your guess?
Yeah.
No.
Oh, man.
It's a beer keg with legs and arms.
That's so dumb and lame.
Keggy the keg. They're stupid.
The green bean would have been so much cooler than
so much
that.
cooler.
No, and very.
Because what does that have to do
stupid.
with the big green?
And
Anyway.
longer and ganglier.
Yeah,
It just would have been more fun.
Absolutely.
It would have been.
All right, guys, that was
Yeah.
that was mascot quiz.
Good job.
Thank you.
Good job.
All right. Well, we're
Good job,
going to go. I didn't know this. Now I know this. That November is Native American Heritage Month.
Okay.
So, in honor of that, we are going to play a game called Native American History is American History, you dum-dums.
Great.
How was that?
I like insulting the students right off the bat.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, you idiots. All right, so we're going to learn about Native Americans for Native American Heritage Month, also known as American Indian and Alaska Native Heritage Month. You can call
Rolls
it
off the tongue.
whatever you'd like. All right, let's start with Ever.
Mm-hmm.
So whenever we see movies, we mostly see male Native American warriors.
Right,
It's
right.
very rare we see female warriors. And they're riding off into battle. And then we've got the women there making baskets, right? Making jewelry. But there were many warrior Native American women who fought alongside men. And one of the most famous was Buffalo Calf Road Woman. Love her name. Buffalo Calf Road Woman. That rolls off the tongue, doesn't it?
It does.
Mm-hmm.
So she was actually a member of the Northern Cheyenne tribe, and she fought in the Battle of Rosebud and also in the Battle of Little Bighorn. Have you guys heard of Little Bighorn? That's a big one. Okay,
Mhm.
good.
It's a big horn.
So, according
Depending on who you ask.
to the elders of the Northern Cheyenne tribe, they believe it was she that dealt the final blow during the battle of Little Bighorn.
Okay.
Okay. Who did she kill? So this is forever. Did she kill A, William Tecumseh Sherman, B, George Armstrong Custer, or C, Philip H. Sheridan?
I wonder. Custer came to my mind, but I feel like that was Civil War, right?
Which one?
Custer.
Hmm.
I can't remember if Custer was. I want to say, okay, it's
I don't
William.
know. Yeah, I don't know.
What's the first one? William who?
William Tecumseh Sherman.
I think he's Civil War.
Hmm.
William Sherman, Bill Sherman. Something is, it's in between A and B for me. Custer's Last Stand.
Hmm.
Maybe it's Custer.
Yes,
Yes.
that is correct.
Nice.
Ever.
Well done.
Thank you so much.
And you got the extra credit right that they also called this battle Custer's Last Stand. So I'm going to give you
There it goes.
ding, 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 ding,
Ding, ding,
ding,
ding.
2 points.
Nice.
All right, again, her name is
Uh-huh.
Buffalo Calf Road Woman.
Buffalo Calf Road Woman.
All right. Have
Sweet.
you guys heard of the book, The Education of Little Tree? Did you read that in school?
Mm-mm.
I hadn't either. But this apparently was a really famous book. So famous, in fact, it was like on Oprah's bestsellers. It was in all the schools.
Except ours, I guess.
I guess not.
What's it called?
It's called The Education of Little Tree. And it was said to be a memoir of a man named Forrest Carter. And it was about Forrest Carter's childhood, living with his Cherokee grandmother and part Cherokee grandfather. And it was praised for decades. And in 1991, historian Dan T. Clark proved in the New York Times what many had long suspected about the book. Kelly, what did he prove? Did he prove that A, Forrest Carter was white and he was actually related to Jimmy Carter?
Yeah.
B, that the book was written by a white supremacist? Supremacist? What is supremacist?
Supremacist.
C, the story wasn't Forrest's story at all. It was actually the story of a little kid that he grew up with, and he stole it, and he took all the credit.
Oh my God. C.
That is incorrect.
All of the above?
Carter's real name was... Oh no, did I delete it?
We win!
Oh no!
Do you want me to look? Going. Listen, I'm editing this. You have time. Go look in your.
Anyway, this guy was in the KKK at one point in his life.
So he was a white supremacist.
He was a white supremacist. He I don't know if he had like a change of heart and felt guilty. I tried to look up like why he wrote this book, because he wrote this book to make these people look good. So I don't know what
whose story was it? A real story? He made it up.
No, he made it up. He made it up. He made it up.
But he was a white supremacist who wrote a well-loved, beloved book with a Native American protagonist.
He had been an active participant in several white supremacist organizations, including the KKK and the White Citizens Council.
Garbage.
He was also a speechwriter for Governor George Wallace.
Hi.
He allegedly wrote Wallace's famous line, "Segregation now, segregation tomorrow, segregation forever."
Oof, that's rough.
Yep.
So did he write this book under like a pseudonym?
He wrote it under a pseudonym. Now that
right, because you couldn't find what his
now
real
that
name
I'm
is.
thinking about it, his actual name is Carter, but he wrote it under a pseudonym, and I forget what that name was.
So we don't have to go out and read this book, I guess.
No. And so they proved this, and they even made. So you would think people would be like, "Well, that's not something that we're gonna read anymore."
No.
But there was like, when I was looking it up, there was even like a movie in 2004, like years after.
2004, after they
made
knew
it
he was
into a movie.
Fucking white supremacist.
Isn't that insane?
Wow.
Okay, I'm gonna do two more.
Angry.
Okay.
Yeah, let's get into. Ooh, this one's a fun one. Okay, Ever.
Yeah. I actually, hang on, I'm going to cross this out.
Yes.
I wrote down, the education of blah, blah, blah. I'm going to do that.
No.
Cross that out.
Yeah.
Check that out.
Fuck that noise. I can't believe that story. It's so crazy. And the fact that they did a mini series and a movie, I forget the dates, but it was like in the 2000s.
Yeah.
It's insane.
Let it go.
Let it go. Move on.
Move on. Find a book that was written by someone who actually lived that life.
Okay.
Because there are plenty.
Ever.
Yeah.
You can thank these following tribes: the Sox, the Foxes, and the Assiniboine people to thank for this famous sport. The Native American tribes played a game called shinny. In shinny, a buckskin ball was hit down the field using a stick. What is this sport called today? Is it A, curling, B, croquet, or C, hockey? Shinny.
A is what again?
A is curling, B is croquet, C is hockey.
Curling.
Curling's like the one you rub, like on the ice, and you rub it, and the thing moves.
They like rub the ice.
They rub the ice
in
and
front
the
of the
moves.
big thing that slides.
It's like a disc.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's always really interesting when that comes on in the Olympics, and I'm like,
it's a lot of friction.
How long do I want to watch curling?
You know, it feels like we give the English credit for croquet, right?
Right.
Ooh,
right.
I don't know. I
but
say
we know they were.
or
We know
hockey.
they were all over here
right.
doing their business. You know, taking shit back.
Let's take a chance on croquet, but if not croquet, I'm going to say hockey.
It is hockey.
Mm.
It is hockey. They even played ice hockey.
Wow.
They played it even on the ice. They played it on land and on the ice. Isn't that
so
awesome?
I was thinking like field hockey, but I didn't know. Okay.
So both, though, right? Yeah. It's fun.
So it's a hockey.
All right, last question.
Land an
And this
idea.
one's
Okay.
this one's really important because I definitely didn't learn this in school.
Is this for me?
I learned
Yeah,
that
this is for-
the Mayflower, this is for Kelly.
Okay.
The Mayflower came over and the Native Americans helped them and everyone lived a happy
The first
life.
Thanksgiving. And
That was
And
really a
this-
nice thing. It was cool.
Yeah.
Such a nice story.
They were
right?
all friends forever.
Mhm.
And honestly, that's why we started this podcast because we were like,
We don't know
what's
the real
deal
shit.
with these stories.
Yeah.
So
We should do one about the Alamo, by the way.
we really should, because I was just listening to something about the Alamo and I was blown away. We should definitely
Okay.
do an Alamo quiz. For
Remember
sure.
it.
Remember the Alamo.
You better remember it.
So
Can I do, and you do a quiz about the Alamo, and I'll do one about Pee Wee Herman.
love it.
No,
That'll-
don't ruin Pee Wee Herman for me.
Yeah.
No, just because of the movie where he goes to the Alamo to find his bike.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I was like, don't you do that.
Don't do that.
No, just Pee Wee
Sorry.
Herman's Big Adventure. No, I love him always.
Okay, so this one's about the Mayflower.
This
Okay.
is about a famous Native American. Okay.
Okay.
And this famous Native American helped the Pilgrims when they came over.
And I bet he regretted that.
He was a member of the Patuxet tribe,
Okay.
and he helped them survive. But what many history books don't tell you is that he was able to help them because he spoke English better than most of the Native Americans at the time. Now, why did he speak English? I'll tell you.
Oh.
Well, it was because he was kidnapped.
Oh.
He was abducted by English explorer George Weymouth, who took him to Britain, and it was there that he learned English. Then he was returned to his homeland, only to be abducted again
Oh,
by
my
Englishman
God.
Thomas Hunt, who sold him into slavery in Spain. He was eventually returned back, only to find that his entire tribe had been killed by smallpox. It was only then that he was able to help the Pilgrims at
Well,
the Mayflower.
see, isn't it good that he went through all that? Because then he was able to help. So it's worth it.
I mean, you guys, like I'm reading this and I'm like, wow, like
Yeah.
this squeaky clean story
No.
is just so ridiculous.
Yeah.
So, was this Native American Squanto,
Mm.
Geronimo,
Mm.
or Samoset?
Mm. I've heard of Squanto and Geronimo.
Uh-huh. And then Samoset. Samoset.
What are they? I'm gonna just go. I'm gonna do a Geronimo.
Ooh,
No,
that
that's not
is
right.
incorrect.
Was it
It is-
Samoset?
It's actually Squanto,
Ah.
but Samoset and Squanto both helped them, but Squanto knew the English and he could communicate. So
Got it.
Samoset was also there,
But that wasn't his full
but
story.
it really went all on Squanto,
Squanto.
because Squanto could actually communicate with the people.
Wow, Squanto.
I know. God
What
bless.
a freaking history.
Yes. So there you go. That game was called
Native American also history, also American history.
You Dum
Ya Dum
Dums.
Dum. Oh right.
That's what it was called.
Good on thumbs.
Ya Dum Dum.
Well, here's the good news. Whew, it's recess.
Oh, thank
Okay,
God.
great.
Thanks, Squanto.
Now we get to get down and dirty with Ever. That's what I've been wanting to do this whole time.
Heyo.
Fuck the classes.
Over the Zoom.
So we always ask our guests if they have an embarrassing story to tell us, and this is a great time to do that. Ever, do you have anything you want to share?
Sure. So, like I said, I grew up in rural Texas, and it is the type of place where and parts of Texas, I think, are still like this, where it's like shoes optional. Like, it's not out of the ordinary to see grown adults in a gas station barefoot, or parts of like small grocery stores barefoot, or
Sure.
just being barefoot.
Right.
And I loved being barefoot. When I used to live in Chicago, I never got to be barefoot. So whenever I went home
Right.
to visit, I was like, I'm going to be barefoot.
Shoes
this
came
is my
off
jam.
immediately.
It came off immediately. And I also had like a real, like Tegan and Sarah mullet that just kind of feathered out down. And at one time I had part rat-tailed, part mullet, like really
wow,
mid-2000s
gorgeous.
dyke.
Yeah.
Just
You really
real-
embraced it.
I really
Love
did.
it.
But when you are that type of dyke and then you go to Texas and you're wearing shorts and barefoot, you look like every other person in Texas. Like, you know,
Right.
you know, they're like, oh yes, of course, welcome. But now they're like, you're tricking me, you know, like, you're not. Like, I go home, they call me sir, and they're like, you're not a sir. And it's like, I didn't say I was.
I didn't say it was.
But I have like a younger brother, and I remember his high school graduation, I was home. And I was wearing jorts and just like a nasty t-shirt that I had been doing lawn care with my mom all day, like yard work. And I was just like hanging out. My dad was like, hey, like, let's go to the high school and like meet some of your brother's friends, parents. I guess there was like a cap and gown pickup or something going on.
Right.
And I was like, okay, cool. Like, you know, I think my dad just wanted some support looking back and just like maybe some one-on-one time with me. And
trying to have a bonding moment.
Yeah, it was nice, you know, like, and I was like, oh, do I need shoes for this? And he's like, no, buddy, like, just hop in the truck. We're going to be in the truck. And I was like, okay. And like, the Texas heat is, you see the waves on the pavement. Most of the time, the rubber or the asphalt will melt. Like, if you step on it, there's tar, like,
wow.
It's hot. I could have walked into a pair of flip-flops. There's a pair of flip-flops by the front door. I could have just worn flip-flops.
Right. Just to have them.
Like, I'll go barefoot. I was going, ooh, over the gravel parking lot and the sidewalk to my dad's truck. We get in and like we're in the truck and he puts it in park and he's like, get out, I want you to meet. And I just remember like being like, I live in Chicago now. I'm 25. I don't live like this.
Right. This doesn't represent like who I really am.
I couldn't stand still. I had to like.
Well, because your feet are burning.
They're burning off. And I remember just being like, I don't normally dress like this. And everybody else is like in their nice Wranglers and their boots. Like it was a dress up occasion and I'm wearing jorts.
Oh.
And I think maybe it feels embarrassing to me because I want to be like, yeah, and now I live in Los Angeles.
Yeah.
Right. I do podcast.
Did you feel like were people like kind of giving your feet the side eye? Did you feel like it was very obvious you were out of place?
It was more a sense of like, there's a time to be barefoot, and we get
and
that. We're gonna go be barefoot in our yard, but this is not the time.
Right, you're not like in your backyard. Like this is
this is a thing.
We're at an event. We're at a function. And
embarrassing moment.
That's beautiful.
I always, you know, like I do remember like one guy going like saying like, I've got nothing to be embarrassed about. Like,
yeah,
just like everybody else, and I was like,
that's embarrassing. Actually, that's not a comfort.
I'm having a moment where I don't want to actually look like everybody else.
I just also love like just the image of you like picking up your feet one at a time, like ooh, 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 ooh.
Yeah, like, and I was just like, oh my fucking God, it's so hot. Like, and I knew better. And like, you know, I think my dad also wanted to be like, here is, you know, my child who moved to Chicago and got out of this rural area.
Right.
Right. Kind of trying to show you off.
Right. And I'm like, hey y'all. Like,
yeah.
You know what? This also reminds me of like the other night I was really, really, really cold and it was only like 60, 55 degrees outside. And I was like, wow, my New Yorker self would be like
so embarrassed,
so mad at me right now that I like lost my like skin.
Yeah, you lost your edge.
Your feet couldn't handle that Texas heat. And like your soles were too soft for that asphalt.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I do. That's a real thing because I used to bike in Chicago. And I got to a point where I was like riding a bike in negative 17-degree weather.
What?
And it's insane. And
that's criminal.
Like, I can't feel my face. And then I looked at the temperature because I like had to ride my bike at like 4 in the morning to get to like the coffee shop I worked at. And I built up such a tolerance that, you know, I'd come to LA and I would never wear a sweater. And even the first couple of years here, I'd be like, short sweater all year long. And now I'm like,
no, it's your skin, your body like changes.
Yeah, it's like, I don't like this.
Well, you don't have those Texas soles anymore, do
my
you?
hooves,
Your
Well,
boobs.
yeah, no, she burned them off.
Yeah.
That's
They burn 'em
amazing. I would love to see that. I would
Yeah.
love to see just like, ooh,
You know what?
nice
I
to meet
can
you.
send you all another photo of myself. Of
Yes, yes,
that time. I do have that.
I love it. Yes, send us all the pictures.
Yeah.
We're gonna when this episode comes out, we post them all week. So send them on over.
Perfect.
Alrighty. Should we move on to our next period?
Let's do it.
All right. So this is not about conspiracies, but this is all about bees.
Woo!
In honor of Ever's shining moments as a
Bumblebee.
As a bumblebee. I was like, is it honeybee or bumblebee? No, I can't remember.
Bumblebee.
As a bumblebee mascot.
Wow.
So we're gonna learn, and you also loved ag, as you call it, which bees have an important role in ag.
They really do.
And biology, et cetera, et cetera. So I thought this would be right up your alley. So all about bees. I'm actually gonna start with Lindsay for this one.
Great.
Because I feel like it's difficult, and I just want
Cool.
to
Thanks.
stump you.
Thanks.
Lindsay.
Yes.
Can you name 2 diseases or conditions that bee stings may have some health benefits for?
Ooh.
Mm-hmm.
Just out of my asshole.
Yep, out of
or
right.
getting,
Nope. You got to pull wherever. If you have them in your asshole, pull them out of there.
I'm gonna go with leprosy,
Incorrect.
No.
and I'm gonna go with herpes, but only on your genitalia.
No, that is incorrect.
Great.
I think that's herpes. Is that herpes 2 or
B?
something? Was it B? Yeah, whatever. Anyway, no, that's incorrect. But Ever, go ahead and guess. Do you have any guesses?
I think it's a form of like muscle tension. I would assume the stinging goes in, and then your muscles inflame, and then they fight it.
Is Ever a genius?
I think Ever's a genius.
Is that one of them?
I feel like you're really close.
Okay, so it's not inflammation or arthritis.
Yes. Yes, it is. It's arthritis.
What?
It's
Okay,
rheumatoid arthritis. Because it
rheumatoid.
rheumatoid. Don't give me that rheumatoid.
Rheumatoid.
Wow.
Okay, so that's the first one, and I'm trying.
Yes.
Okay, give me the second one. I'm thinking of stings.
I'll give you a hint.
Okay.
It's a virus.
And it's not herpes.
And it's not herpes. Yeah, thanks for ruling that out, Linz.
It's a virus.
Yeah.
Well, it's not going to be HPV then.
It's not HPV.
I don't know.
It's HIV.
Yeah.
Yeah. So a toxin in bee venom called melittin, melittin, may prevent HIV. So it kills the HIV virus by poking holes in the virus's protective envelope.
Whoa.
Cool.
So it's like a topical killer. Yeah.
Wow.
Pretty cool.
That's incredible.
Yeah.
Wow.
Mhm.
Yep.
Wow.
Scientists at Washington University in St. Louis hope that the toxin can be used in preventative gels.
Wow.
Cool.
I know. Cool, right?
Yes.
All right, Ever, number 2. True or bullshit? It's true or false? Bee brains age in reverse. Like Benjamin Buttons.
Buttons.
Benjamin Beatons.
I think that's bullshit.
No, it's true.
Whoa.
When aging bees do jobs usually reserved for younger members, their brains stop aging. In fact, their brains age in reverse.
Whoa.
Imagine if riding a tricycle didn't just make you feel young, it actually made your brain tick like a younger person's.
Wow.
Scientists in Arizona.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah,
Do
no.
they really?
Oh, I bet. Scientists at Arizona State University believe the discovery can help us slow the onset of dementia. So
Wow.
hopefully they
Ever,
can
what do ants do?
So they can speak by like releasing some sort of like chemical, or there's sort of like a hive mind. So there's the queen, and then they just automatically know, like, okay, we need X amount of like army ants, you could say, like defenders, and then X amount of people or ants getting food, right?
Uh-huh.
So when you're walking and you see a trail of ants, and there's always an even number. It's always like X amount here, X amount here, and they're doing their task. If you step on a trail of ants, automatically a signal goes out, and the same exact number of ants that were killed are pulled from the army ant area. So there's always like the queen and the hive or like the ant mound always knows the exact amount of worker ants or like food scavenging ants.
Right.
They have that hive mind thing going on.
Wow,
that's so
that's
cool.
really cool.
I think that's fascinating. Bees and ants are both fascinating creatures because of like their society that they have. It's wild.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's see. Lindsay.
Yes.
Okay, this one's especially for you. To reinforce their hives, bees use a resin from poplar and evergreen trees called propolis. It's basically beehive glue. Although bees use it as a caulk, humans can use it to treat what? What can you treat with propolis?
And it's for me because it's something that I have.
Yeah.
Is it eczema?
Yes.
Is it really?
That's funny.
Woo-hoo!
Eczema, as well as cavities, cold sores,
I have that.
canker sores, herpes.
I have oral herpes.
Yeah.
Wow.
Sore throat. It's used to fight off bacteria, viruses, and fungi. Fungi. How do you say that?
I think it's fungi.
That's cool.
Funge.
Let's stick with
Funge.
That is really cool. Bees are the coolest.
Yeah. Okay, next question. Nectar laced with what helps bees remember where the flower is, increasing chances of a return visit? So scientists have laced flowers with what? A, caffeine, B, cocaine, C, synthetic adrenaline, or D, all three. They all work. No, that's incorrect.
Is it cocaine?
No, actually cocaine fucks them up. It's caffeine.
Wow.
So it's a plant. Oh, so nature didn't intend for caffeine to be cut that. That's just me. That's just me reading the article. Okay. I don't need there to have their silly little jokes. So caffeine is a plant defense chemical that shoos harmful insects away and lures pollinators in. So scientists at Newcastle University found that nectar laced with caffeine helps bees remember where the flower is, which increases the chances of a return visit. So it's good for pollination.
Wow.
And while caffeine makes bees work better, cocaine turns them into big fat liars. They dance to communicate, a way of giving fellow bees directions to good food. But when they have cocaine, when they're all fucked up on cocaine, the honeybees exaggerate their moves and overemphasize the food's quality. So they're not giving accurate information.
Yeah,
they're like, wow, it's really great. They're like over-excited. No, it's really good. Right? Yeah.
I love the dance.
Yeah. They're like, wow. And then they even exhibit withdrawal symptoms after the cocaine. I know. Yeah, and I just made up synthetic adrenaline. I don't know what that would do. But yeah, so interesting. So caffeine is like, kind of like us. Like have a cup of have a cup of coffee in the morning, and get your work done.
That's so cute.
Yeah.
Love it.
Okay, Lindsay, number 5.
Yes. No, it's Ever, I think.
No, I just answered it.
Is it my turn?
No,
Okay,
I think it's your turn.
Okay.
What is the shape of the hive? A honeycomb. It's the most efficient structure in nature. The walls all meet at a precise 120-degree angle, which creates what perfect shape?
Is it a hexagon?
Yes!
Yeah.
Wow! Look at you!
Yeah!
Good girl. All right, last question ever.
Okay.
Scientists studied bee behavior, and they wrote up a few algorithms about how they behave, and their findings have improved computer models that police use to find felons, especially serial killers. What was this behavior that was most studied for these algorithms of bee behavior that correlates to serial killer behavior? A, how close to the hive bees choose to collect pollen. B, flying the shortest route possible between flowers, or C, the different personalities that are exhibited by some thrill-seeking bees?
Would it be C?
No,
Oh,
it's
I'm bad at
actually,
bee trips.
well, those are all bee traits. Those are actually
Right.
all bee behaviors. So they always fly the shortest route. That's one thing that they've studied. They're always the most efficient possible. Like it's like no other animal is as efficient as they are with like just taking the shortest route. And they do find that bees, some have different personalities and some are thrill seekers. And they also have a buffer zone like serial killers have. So that's why it's A.
Oh,
So
wow. Yeah, that makes sense.
yeah, so serial killers will commit their crime. Serial killers will commit their crimes. It's a lot of C's.
Yeah.
Close to home, but far away enough that the neighbors don't get suspicious, right? So it's convenient for them. It's close, so they're not like gone for too long and it gets noticed that way. But they're also not so close to home that it's like, well, it keeps happening in this neighborhood. They must
Right.
live in this neighborhood, right?
Yeah.
So it's like the buffer zone. They have this area.
Yeah.
And bees do the same thing by collecting pollen near their hives, but far enough away from the hive that predators won't follow them there.
Wow.
So it's like they create a buffer zone. So like,
Damn.
yeah. And so it's really interesting that police actually used like that algorithm to try to start to track killers. Yeah. Interesting, right?
I have never been more impressed with an insect.
I
in my
know.
life.
I mean,
know.
this is incredible.
Pretty cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And this is not our first bee quiz on Fuck
It's
You, I'm a
not.
Sweater. And I feel like there's so much more
So much more to learn.
Wow.
And that was all about bees.
Well, I loved that game. We are at our final game
Beautiful.
of the episode. And we're going ag heavy on this show.
Here we go.
Yes, in a
Just for you,
minute.
Ever.
Awesome.
We're going at agriculture class. Now we know it's called ag class.
For those in the know.
We're going to play a game called You Look Like a Farmer in Those Clothes.
That's so funny.
That's the name of your game.
Yeah, I like that.
You look like a farmer in those clothes.
Cool.
Cool. I have a question for both of you.
Okay.
What kind of milk do brown cows produce?
Cow's milk.
Yeah, child's milk.
Did you know that a lot of people thought chocolate milk was the
No,
answer?
they didn't.
I think children think that.
A certain percentage of the U.S. population that was asked believes that brown cows produce chocolate milk.
There's no hope here.
I'm going to do an over-under. Okay, we're going to do
Okay.
Price is Right rules.
Okay.
What percentage, for both of you, what percentage of the U.S. population, when asked, thought that brown cows make chocolate milk? If you go over, right, you get it wrong.
And if you go under, you get it wrong. It's the closest.
It's the closest to it.
Yeah.
It's the closest to it. Kelly, what do you think?
35.
Wow. Interesting.
I'm gonna say 13.
Ever is closer. It is 7%.
Oh, thank God.
But that's
It's still that's still like
too
a lot of
much.
people.
Yeah, that's like that just shows how much like faith we have in the American education system. That we were like, no, we're
That's-
idiots. So
Yeah, exactly. I'm like I probably was
closer to
under.
50%.
It's
yeah.
yeah.
Also, a study conducted by the Department of Agriculture in the early 90s, so this is a while now, revealed that almost 20% of adults didn't know that hamburgers were made of beef.
Jeez. What did they? I mean, I
Ham?
don't even.
Ham.
Oh.
Ham.
Wow.
All right, we're going to do this again over under.
Okay.
Okay.
For both of you.
Did you give Ever the point?
Yes,
for the,
I did. What is the longest recorded flight of a chicken? Okay, because chickens.
I mean, this is recorded, so who knows what they do in their spare time?
right, but they're
when
not
we're
like
watching.
really.
Yeah.
They're not really known to like fly far, you know.
Yeah, like not when they're being watched. That's my whole point.
But what do you think is the
Is
longest?
it one continuous flight, or are they taking a break in a tree?
One continuous flight.
Okay.
300
And we're doing-
yards.
Yeah, we're doing.
Let's do it by seconds.
doing it by
We're
time?
doing it by seconds.
Seconds.
So it's. So we
How
know it's
many
under. So we know
seconds?
it's under a minute.
We know it's under a minute.
Okay. Okay. I'm gonna go Gone in 60 Seconds.
Wow. All right.
I'm going to say closer to 60 seconds, 58. Yeah.
Wow.
Well, Ever gets it
It's
right,
closer.
but only because it's 13 seconds. That's it.
No, these chickens out here, they can fly.
13 seconds.
13 seconds.
They're like, we don't do this. This is not what, these wings are for aesthetics.
Yeah,
Like,
It
This is
says
not a
perhaps
functional wing.
It says the longest ever recorded distance of a chicken was 301 feet.
In 13 seconds?
I don't know. It
That's
seems
a
like
lot.
That seems like a lot.
I guess
I really
for
wanted that
13
chicken to go.
Yeah. I want that chicken to fly
Ooh.
fly free.
What if we gave the chicken cocaine?
Ooh.
Do you think it would fly further?
Maybe.
No,
All right.
Drop
I
dead.
think it would die.
Yeah.
My mom had
Alright.
a chicken that lasted Chirpy. Chirpy just died for almost 13 years on the back porch.
Wait, you had a turkey?
No, my parents had a chicken for close to 13 years. A pet chicken named Chirpy
Oh my
that
god.
lived on the back porch. It was
Aww.
all the other chickens got eaten by snakes, and this chicken wouldn't go back in the chicken house. It slept on the porch.
Knew
And
what it was
had its
doing.
own thing. Yeah, and she acted like a cat.
Oh, that's so
I
cute.
can't
They're
believe
really
it.
smart.
They had a chicken for 13 years.
That's amazing.
Years.
That's incredible.
Insane.
I know. That's
Wow.
that's yeah. That chicken's a witch.
The witch.
I feel like that is a really long
Yeah.
life for a chicken. I mean, I don't know the life expectancy of chickens. Lindsay, look up the life expectancy.
I got another over under.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, ready?
Mm.
How fast can a pig
Hmm.
run a mile? So I run like a 10-minute mile. Okay.
Brag.
Well, that's not that fast. That's pretty
Sounds
average.
fast.
Pretty average.
Sounds fast to me.
How fast do you think a pig can run a mile?
7 minutes.
Interesting.
I was gonna go 8.
It's 7 minutes.
Whoa!
Seven.
And I'm
7
on the
miles.
board finally. My
That's
first
incredible.
point.
That's fast.
Wow, that's really
Fast-ass
fast.
pig.
That is a fast.
That's some pig.
That's a pig.
Okay, let's see. Let's do 2 more. Okay,
Okay.
this one is, I'll do one for Ever, one for Kelly.
Okay.
So
Okay.
Ever,
Mm-hmm.
there are approximately 969,000 women farmers in the United States.
That's a lot.
So
That's good.
nationally, women make up about 30% of the farmers.
Okay.
In this state, women make up 45% of the farmers. Okay? What state do you think that is? Is it A?
Massachusetts. Oh,
I'll give you A, B, and C because it's
Okay,
not
okay.
Massachusetts.
no, yeah.
Is it A, Arizona, B, California, or C, Montana?
B.
California is incorrect.
That was my guess.
You almost got me. I thought you were gonna say.
I know.
You
What
said
is
it?
what? Arizona.
It's Arizona.
Okay. Okay, Arizona.
I know.
All right. I would have thought California for some reason. Just feels.
We're always being fed it, like at a farmer's market
Yes.
or like on a bus stop. They're like, "Here's a woman farmer. We're
Right.
inclusive."
Yeah.
I
Right.
know.
Lies.
Inclusive liars. Okay, we'll do one more. This one's for
They're on
Kelly.
cocaine. Over representing. Yeah.
All right, Kelly, last question.
Okay.
Farmers get blank cents to the dollar. Okay? So after all the labor, water, land, resources, blah, 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 by the time the product is actually bought,
Mm-hmm.
they get blank cents to the dollar. Is it A, 7 cents,
Oof.
B, 16 cents, or C, 30 cents?
This seems bad.
Huh. I'm gonna say 7.
No, it is 16
Okay,
cents
good.
to the dollar.
It's a little better, but I really was. I mean, it's the. You think about all the stuff that goes into it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, for our listeners out there, if you want to be a farmer,
Yeah.
you're in luck
Oh,
because they really need you.
okay.
Just a little fun fact.
Ag needs you.
Mm-hmm.
The U.S. Department of Agriculture recently reported that while there are 60,000 agriculture job openings expected annually and anally in this nation,
That's a job. That's a type of job. Don't knock it.
there are only 35,000 graduates available to fill them. So if you need a new gig,
Yeah,
you better put on some overalls.
That's right.
And look like a farmer.
grow your
in those
mullet
clothes.
and get to
Here we
business.
go.
Take off your shoes and get out in the field.
We got somewhere to go.
Yeah.
And that's not just farmers. That goes for you can be a food scientist, you can be an engineer.
Yeah, you can drop little pieces of cocaine
and
on flowers for the bees.
You can sell agricultural equipment, all the things. The possibilities are endless.
This episode was sponsored by the U.S. Department of Agriculture.
Yeah,
Job Corps. Okay,
well,
great.
that's
thanks.
it. That was You Look Like a Farmer in Those Clothes.
Okay.
Oh,
all right.
cute.
Now's the time.
Now is the moment.
Marcia just came in.
She's ready to tally up the points.
She's
She knows who
gonna
the winner
tally
is.
up
She's
the
got a little
points.
smirk on her face. She's giving us the side eye.
Before we say who the wiener is.
Yeah.
How are we feeling? Ever? How are you feeling
I'm not
about?
confident.
I think I got third.
Interesting.
No, but I only got one question right. I'm pretty sure.
Okay, so then you're third, then I'm second.
Okay.
I
okay.
actually surprisingly did not do horrible in this game. I've done horrible.
Yeah,
for
it's because
months straight.
It's because I softballed you all those questions about diseases you have.
Right. That's true. That is.
I mean,
true.
that's a good friend. No, that's a good
Yeah,
friend.
that is a really good friend. She did cheat for me this episode.
Yeah.
You gave me like a good 3 extra points.
I
for
should
that.
have done that.
It's fine
Now
because
I'm
I
upset with myself.
still didn't win. So
Okay.
it doesn't
Oh,
matter.
okay.
So
Oh.
Marcia came in.
Well, if you didn't win and I didn't win,
Well, Kelly, you're correct. You only had 1 point. Okay.
But you won.
But I did.
But you still won somehow.
You are the winner.
Yeah.
I got 4 points. It's been a while.
That's rough.
It's been a while since I
That's
got
pretty
4.
rough.
Shh. It's been a while since I've gotten 4 points.
because you usually get less.
Ever is our winner with 7 points.
Damn! Wow.
Nice.
Okay.
Nice.
Thank you so
Ever
much.
you could be a farmer in those
Thank you
clothes.
so much.
All right,
Oh my
Ever,
goodness.
you are our winner. This is
Congratulations.
very
Thank you so much.
exciting. This could be the first time someone from Texas has, we don't know, because I don't remember any other guests from Texas.
don't know.
Do you?
No, have we had a Texan
I think
guest?
we have, but I
must
can't
have.
remember who
But
it
I don't.
was.
Okay. Well, who cares about them? We only care about Ever.
Ever, congratulations. As our winner, you get to make a valedictorian speech and you get to look at us and give us your best fuck you, I am smarter, and you can do it in any order that you'd like.
Okay. Well, I don't think it. Okay, let me think about a good fuck you, I'm smarter. Because I think that there's like a really nice passive way to say like, oh, it's pretty disappointing, huh, that you guys didn't win.
Yeah, like a bless
You
your
know,
heart.
Yeah, bless your
Yeah.
heart. Oh, bless y'all's heart. Y'all really tried hard, but maybe next time, but I doubt it. Fuck you, I'm smarter.
Yes.
That was good. That was very Texas of you.
I will say that being here today as the champion of Fuck You, I'm Smarter doesn't come as a surprise. It has been a lifelong journey of mine to take the roles, responsibilities, and lessons that I've learned to teach you fucknuts. I'm not doing a good job right now. I am honestly,
You're doing great.
I couldn't believe that I won. I feel like I just won an Emmy. Of
Yes.
course I wanted to win, but then I think I could win with, it's an honor to be nominated. It's an honor to be won. So this, valedictorian speech really goes to all of y'all too, because I wouldn't be here without you two.
Aw, thank you.
Thank you for
Ever.
including us in that.
Thank you.
And
It
our
was so
listeners.
fun playing with you. It was so
Thank
fun
y'all.
getting to know you as well. Do you want to plug all your plugs for our listeners?
Yeah, where can we find you?
You can find me across socials at Ever, like the word, EVER, Maynard, MAINARD, and evermaynard.com. I teach a improvised I teach a class called Get Riffed pretty frequently, and that's a class that incorporates meditation, improv techniques, and stand-up to help build. It started off like how to build riffs and stand-up, but now it's all about like the performer-audience dynamic and knowing yourself to become a better performer.
Cool.
And then I have a live show coming to the Elysian Theater called What's Your Problem, Sir? That is strictly a little bit of storytelling, but mainly riffing and crowd work.
Cool.
So it's really
Awesome.
exciting.
Oh my God, how fun. Oh, we gotta go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's it. Just ever made it.
No, yeah. Anything else? Okay.
Well,
that's great stuff.
Plug all your plugs, and if anything else comes up, we can always add it. So just let us know.
Cool.
And our listeners can find us at Kelly and Lindsay on Instagram. You can watch this episode with Ever on our YouTube Live. All the links are in our bio on our Instagram. You too can go to a Halloween sex party.
Yeah.
You can be anything.
You can do anything.
It's spooky season, so that's what it's all
That's
about.
right. That's right.
And Ever, again, thank you so much for playing
Thank y'all
with
for
us.
having me. I had a blast.
Yeah.
Yay,
We'll
thank
see
you.
you on the Sochmeads.
See you on the Sochies. Bye, y'all.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye, YouTube Live.
Okay. Bye, YouTube Live. We can stop recording.
We're gonna bye the bye.